about that time for the IRS Train Wreck of the Week. This is the segment where I tell a story about a client who came in and they were a train wreck. In other words, they owed lots and lots of debt to the IRS. And fortunately for them, every one of these stories has a happy ending. So in this case, I had this young gentleman. I believe he was from Poland. He was a legal immigrant from Poland, and he was a trim carpenter. So, he had his own business doing trim carpentry in new houses primarily, and he had amassed quite a significant tax debt over the years, about $100,000. It was $100,138, and he came into the office and. He had, coincidentally, Katrina, he had one of these wives who was like, he is going to get this problem settled once and for all. So he came in, and we decided that an IRS offer in compromise was the right thing for him to do. And so we ended up offering the IRS $37,674. Now, this offer in compromise lingered for quite a while. It just hung around for about a year and a half. And all the while, this particular gentleman's business was improving while the offer was pending. And this is usually bad because, remember, this is a math-based formula. So as this business is improving, it's showing the ability to full pay this tax liability. And that's, in fact, what happened is the IRS offer specialist came back to me, and she goes, Darrin, I really hate to tell you this, but this is a full pay at this point in time. We can't give him a deal. He just needs to pay us. And so that's when I triggered my secret weapon. And what I said was very casually, I said, well, I've looked at the dates and I've done my analysis, and if you guys come back as a full pay, he's just going to have to file bankruptcy, I guess. And what I did is I triggered a very special portion of the Internal Revenue Manual, which now requires her to do an analysis of if he filed bankruptcy, how much money would the IRS get versus what he was offering. And ultimately, it came back as a recommendation for acceptance because his offer was a stout offer. It was $37,000 or almost $38,000 on $100,000. So, I mean, that's not a tiny offer, and that was actually more than they were going to get if he were to file bankruptcy. So it came back as a recommendation for acceptance, and he and his wife are really, really, really happy about it, to say the least.